Hi, welcome to Sugar Free. This is the Daily Tarot for Monday, the 21st of December 2020. Pivot point day has arrived. Winter solstice, grand conjunction. Here we go. So I'm going to do major arcana with the ancient Italian tarot. And depending on time and mood and all of that, I might then move on to some Rider-Waite. Wands, swords, pentacles, and cuppy-wuppies. So let's see what we get for the day. The day. Monday, 21st December 2020. There we go. Right. I like this very much. Justice. In the upright. Balance. Scales. Sword. Snicker snack. I'll tell you what just came to my mind. Off with their heads. But I'm not going to incite anything. That's a literary reference. All right, it's a literary reference from Alice in Wonderland. Good. Good, okay. The Emperor, Jupiter, Jove. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm going to have another shuffle. Okay. Right. Oh. Magician in the reverse. Right. Okay. Just to say, my OH and I just walked up the lane and looked out to the southwest and saw Jupiter and Saturn together. We went up there tonight because the weather forecast for tomorrow is sorry, I'm recording this on the 20th. The weather forecast is for cloud, but there they were. It was extraordinary. You could see Saturn looking smaller and kind of more of a concentrated point of light just above and a little bit to the east of Jupiter, which was large and bright. So there we go. I think that's probably the best view I'm going to get here in the south of England of this grand conjunction. Anyway, let's move on to this. So we've got justice in the middle, right and wrong. Right and wrong. Simple as that. Right and wrong. And it's to do with authority. The Emperor. It's to do with ruling. That's what Saturn is about. It's to do with matters of accountability, consent, authority, leadership, control. Oh man, I mean, the thing is with an emperor, with this tarot version of basically a father figure, it's Jupiter. If the led do not consent to be led, if the authority figure wants to stay in their chair, they've only got one option when the led make it plain they don't want to be led anymore, and it's then to exert unreasonable control. And I think we're going to see some of these things playing out in the aftermath of this great conjunction on this solstice. On this day, I think it's ushering in a new and I'm very fond of the word paradigm, but I think our whole sense of hierarchy, who has power, who has control, and how that power and control are expressed on the collective, because we're into Aquarius with these things now. You know, we're not in Capricorn anymore with this kind of lone goat picking its way around the shale on the mountainside. We're into Aquarius. This is about the collective. And I mean, extraordinary. On Saturday the 19th, Jupiter joined Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn had moved in a couple of days before. And at pretty much the moment that Jupiter moved into Aquarius, in the UK it was sometime in the mid-afternoon on Saturday the 19th of December 2020, Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister, went live on television and announced that the whole of London and southeast England was now legally bound to stay in their home, having said a few days before that it would be inhuman to do that, to sort of cancel Christmas. And then he's gone and done it, and it's caused absolute bloody mayhem here in the UK. And this was pretty much on the nail of Jupiter moving into Aquarius. So it's an extraordinary time, and this is what is going to unfold: the rights and wrongs of authority. Now, I'm very interested in the presence of the Magician in the reverse here, because for me, usually the Magician in the reverse involves sleight of hand, gaslighting, manipulation, distraction. And I'm certainly seeing that here, because as I said at the beginning, when the led do not consent to be led by the leader because they don't think it's right or just, if that leader wants to continue to be a leader in name and continue to collect the paycheck, they've only got one option, and that is to exert unreasonable control. And sorry, this is what I was going at with this thing about Boris Johnson making everybody stay at home, like proper job, stay at home. And there was an exodus. There was this panicked exodus out of London with packed trains to seed this virus, which is the reason they give for having locked down this new strain of the virus, like COVID, the special English COVID, seeding it all over the place. What was I going to say about this? Yeah, he basically announced this new law live on television with no consultation of Parliament, no proposing it. And I understand that sometimes you need to move quickly, but basically what we have now is government by executive order announced live on television. There's democracy, like, what's that then? And, you know, there are all sorts of laws in place where you cannot demonstrate. Groups of two gathering in public places are now illegal. And that has been the case since the spring. But they slipped it through so quietly, most people didn't understand what was going on. So we've got huge issues coming, and not only in the UK. America's got its own issues. There's stuff going on all over the world where this whole paradigm of the led, the leaders, authority, control, power and consent are coming into some kind of period of change. And for the people leading at the moment, when the spotlight, when this different light gets kind of shone and things are kind of moving in a very fluid and unusual way for them, one way they can try to hold on to their position is to move into this manipulative, gaslighty, sleight of hand, snake oil merchant, dodgy kind of pretend fake wizard act here. But I'm also seeing this, and I'm going to clarify this magician in the reverse. I'm also seeing this as a point of stillness, because that's what the 21st is. It's a solstice. It's, you know, the sun, like proper job, stops moving. It's reached its furthest point, its furthest declination. And from the day after tomorrow, it starts coming back up to the north again. Speaking from the northern hemisphere, the light begins to return. It's a point of stillness. So it's a point of non-manifestation, nothing moving, nothing happening. The magician is the card of doing. It's the card of manifestation. It's the kind of proto I can card. I can, therefore I do. But here it's in the reverse. So there's kind of nothing doing because, as I say, we've reached a point of stillness on the 21st. So let's have a look a little further. I'm just going to pull another one and see what we can see about this. Okay, I do want another one, another shuffle, I mean. Sorry, I need another one. Da, 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 da. Okay, and it is, yeah, Empress in the reverse. Okay, so right, there is here an element with the Empress in the reverse of a lack of sprouting of something, but I'm not seeing it like that particularly in this reading. What I'm seeing in this reading, because basically I was pulling for this, for the Magician in the reverse, it doesn't matter what is tried, it doesn't matter what is done, it doesn't matter what laws are put into place, it doesn't matter how things are spun or gaslighted or presented or doctored. It doesn't matter what they do. The truth will out. Justice will out. And what is right will return to the throne. What is right. They can try planting an idea over here and seeing what happens with that, and then they'll sort of shift something and they'll dig a little bit over there and embroider a little bit over here and add a bit over there and chop off a little bit over there to try to hold on to power. It won't work. It doesn't matter what they do in terms of this Magician in the reverse shenanigans. None of it is going to come to anything, because the ground has shifted under our feet, and that includes all of us. Even them. Right, let's get one. Let's go. Do you know what? It's I won't say I've been waiting for this up, because I didn't know this was going to happen. I don't know a huge amount about astrology, but oh, I won't go into it, it's too big. But basically, I'm not remotely surprised or at this stage worried or concerned or kind of curious about this whole shift. It's like I've been living in that other energy my whole adult life. Which is why I haven't put my brains to something like, I don't know, investment banking or kind of corporate lawyer or something like that. Because it's a crock of you know what. Anyway, let's move on. Right, I can see it already. It is that one. Right. Okay, we get the Page of Wands. So that's rather nice. This is young. This is fresh. This is an offer. This is examining some sort of action to be taken, and it's like he's offering it up to us, and it's like it's sort of look at this. What do you make of this then? Yeah, that's it. What do you make of this? This is a bit different, isn't it? And it's almost like he's not sure what he's offering. So that, but it's beautifully open. This whole thing is really lovely and open. And there's a freshness to this. There's a lack of sort of, I know what this is. I know how it works. I know what to do. And I know how to sell it to you. It's just like, what is this? How does it work? I have the feeling it is beautiful. Would you like to have a look? There's something very, very innocent but not naive in this energy. And this is about action. So there's a possibility here to sort of move into a new thing to do. I don't know how much more succinctly to put it than that, which isn't very succinct at all. And I'm seeing there that feather on his hat there, and it looks like a fire, a flame coming from the third eye chakra. That kind of thing is going to have much more space to express itself, and will in the fullness of time be gaining much more in kind of social value, and dare I say even economic value. But I think the way that our economies and finances work is going to be changing radically over the next few years, with Uranus in the mix. But anyway, there's a flame there coming out the third eye chakra, which is wonderful. This is ideas, or an idea. This is a fresh idea in terms of what we do. Right, let's move on to the swords. Okay, I see you. I see you. Oh, okay, another offer. Another offer. The Queen of Swords. Oh my gosh, how wonderful. I'll tell you, she don't take prisoners, does she? Look at her. Flipping heck. Right, there's a lot going on in this card. Just above her head, we have a single bird, and it's up there kind of wheeling in the sky like a buzzard or a bird of prey, surveying the ground below it. And we know we're high up because the clouds are, we're on a par with the clouds. We're really up in the sky here, and we see pine trees here, so we know we're up in the mountains. This queen is at the top of the mountain, and she has one very simple idea. And with this simple idea, she's holding it absolutely straight. There's no sort of like, oh, you know, am I strong enough to hold this sword? Oh, which way is it pointing? No, it's absolutely straight up. This is like the personification of and the Shakti personification, the female energy personification of the Ace of Swords. And we are being invited here. She's like, come on, come. And I tell you what, if that was me being invited towards this queen, I'm not sure I would feel entirely comfortable. Not because I think I've done anything wrong, but because, is it an invitation to join, or is it an invitation to lose your nut, basically? Is it going to be off with the heads? And look at the similarity here. Look at the similarity with this single female entity holding this sword aloft with absolute confidence. Depending on how one views these events unfolding, is going to be basically whether you get knighted with this and have it touched upon each shoulder to move into a more exalted realm of your life, or whether you lose your flipping head. Sorry, I just speak plainly. Right, I'm going to pull one from the Pentacles now, but I'm going to give it another little shuffle because I'm having difficulty seeing which one it is. Right. I'm still having difficulty seeing which one it is. I cannot choose one. If I have to choose one, it's going to be this one. And I guess I do have to choose one. Oh, how wonderful. I'm glad I chose that one. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. How absolutely lovely. Comfort in our own skin. And comfort in our own skin in terms of how we deal with the world, what our incomings and outgoings are. This is independence. This is fruitfulness in our own right, with no kind of wish to get anything that we haven't already got. This is absolutely lovely. Now, I am intrigued by the presence here. I mean, this, look at the glove she's wearing there. That is a bird of prey. And we see the bird of prey here also. I see that as a bird of prey, that single lone buzzard or hawk-like bird there in the Queen of Swords. Here it is again. On the wrist, we have that special gauntlet which protects her, and the bird is wearing a hood, which is what they put over the heads of kestrels and hawks and things like that in order to stop them flying away when they don't want them to fly away. So this woman is a hawker. She's a bird of prey specialist, and it's quite interesting here in the UK. It's a really quite an underground thing, and I want to get into it at some point if I've got time in my life. It's quite a strong female-led discipline, hawking. It's really, really interesting. But basically, what this is about is the ability to survey and to control, because when the bird flies off, it looks at stuff. It's always looking for hunting. It's up in a kind of very, very still position, moving its body around in order to keep its head absolutely still to look down at its potential prey. But here we kind of own it, and it comes back to us. There's huge power in this and independence, and no need to go into the town trying to find a flipping job. We're good. We're here. We're in our garden. Wonderful. Okay, let's pick one. And there was something else I wanted to... Yeah. Okay, this bird here in the Queen of Swords has kind of seen the energy of the Queen of Swords and has flown back to this lady in the garden in the Nine of Pentacles, basically to report to her what has been seen here. So there's a beautiful kind of rounding off of this bird energy. Right, let's get one from the cups. I did shuffle these, but I seem to want to shuffle them again. Okay, let's just pull one at random from the cups. Yeah, I see you. It's this one. Okay, and the Nine of Cups. So wish fulfillment on that front as well. Wish fulfillment on the emotional front. Wonderful, wonderful. And a kind of moving towards completion. Completion, of course, being the 10, which then folds back on itself and becomes the ace. So, yeah, the way I'm seeing this is we are one step away in terms of our action and our thought and speech. We are one step away from totality in the matter of our dealings in the material world with the Pentacles and our satisfaction emotionally. We're one step away from it. And I would wager that By the time we have passed the new moon in January, we will be in a different paradigm. And I don't know why that's just come into my mind, but it has, so I shared it with you. Right, listen, I have rabbited on for long enough and taken enough of your time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for another reading. Happy solstice, happy grand conjunction, happy life. Namaste.